So the Labour Party of South Africa has urgently approached the Constitutional Court, and this is to compel the IEC to review its timetable. Now, this might necessitate a postponement of the 29th of May 2024 election date, with only 33 days before the polls. Why this urgent application? Well, to unpack this, we are joined by Mr. Joseph Mathunjwa, who is Labour Party's interim executive. You may also know him as AMCU president. Mr. Mathunjwa, good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us. Can we start here? Okay, let's just bring everyone and our viewers up to speed. Why it was important for the Labour Party to approach the Constitutional Court in a bid to review the timetable of the IEC.
Thank you very much. The reason is that we were excluded, as a party that has fully registered with the IEC and also furnished them with the required number of signatures as supporters to these processes. And therefore, is not only a Labour Party that was excluded, many other parties, about 37 parties that were excluded, of which we believe that this is an infringement of our rights and the people of South Africa who wants to associate themselves with the party of their choice.
Yeah, let's talk about your party specifically, though, Mr. Mathunjwa. Why was your party excluded? Let's talk about that, because you've raised issues of technical glitches with the online system.
Yes, I think it's an underscore to say technically it was malfunctioning. The IEC system was malfunctioning, and also we know that it has never been tested. This system was only designed for the new parties, and all these stringent draconian laws and procedures was just meant to protect the old boys club. So, and also furthermore, we have experienced the injustices that was committed by the IEC, the favoritism, in particular the electoral court, by giving the IEC indulgence of submitting their answering affidavit 2 days later. That it caused us time and it delayed our processes. But, secondly, it also gave them an opportunity to file their condonation after the matter was heard, which is unheard of, that you go to the court, you hear your matter, then subsequent you have been given another indulgence to file your condonation. All these issues, it shows clearly that it was meant to exclude other parties in these processes.
Yeah, what do you say if I were to put the argument to you, Mr. Mathunjwa, that you perhaps as the leadership of the Labour Party, you yourself, by missing deadlines, and especially when we saw you in March seeking an extension of the deadline, by missing deadlines have betrayed your own electorate, and that this isn't, or your constituency, and that this isn't really the purview of the IEC? What do you say to that?
No, that is unfounded. The fact of the matter, if there was no malfunctioning of their system, would be in the ballot paper today. This malfunctioning was caused by them. Even in their paper, they do admit that there was malfunctioning in their system. So therefore, you cannot persecute us, for being late, whereas we're not late. Like, for instance, you buy your flight ticket, and then you get to the airport, and then you are ready to enter, the gates, and then the system malfunction. We are not able to access, to board a plane. Whom are you going to blame? Are you going to blame yourself or the system of the airport? This is the same things that we experience. You can't be blaming us for their malfunctioning of their system. And furthermore, we are employing the expert on this field to come and give us a paper on this matter. We are not going to lie down and allow the IEC to trample over our rights. IEC, as far as we are concerned, is becoming an alliance partner of the ruling party. The way they conduct themselves, or they are also contesting election, instead of assisting the people of South Africa to realize their constitutional right to affiliate or to form, but instead they are the one who are bearing us not to exercise our constitutional right. Hence, we are heading to the Constitutional Court, of which tomorrow they must submit their answering affidavit before the court.
Okay. What would you like to see come out of the Apex Court then?
I think Apex Court, they've got all the laws within the Constitution or the sections that they had to revise their timetable to set aside the timetable for the election. Is not us, Labour Party, but that is what the Constitution requires them to do. And the first respondent is the very same IEC, and the second respondent is the state president of the country, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, and the third responded are all registered parties into these elections. So of which we have filed all those, papers to all these three, parties.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Mathunjwa, let's talk a little bit about this now. Your constituency, I believe, has signatures from the Limpopo platinum mines and gold mines. I mean, just talk about how big of a constituency it is that you're looking at here, and then this is my next question to you would be, if we see the Constitutional Court then, go with your suggestion of possibly postponing the elections, is that not an infringement on the rights of South Africans who are expecting to be voting on the 29th of May? You talk about the rights of these parties in your own constituency being violated by your inability to submit your final documentation with the IEC.
Doesn't mean that if the majority they have complied and the minority right has been infringed, that means we'll be infringing the right of the majority. That does not work like that. So we feel, our right being infringed. That's why we took it to the Constitutional Court, of which the Constitutional Court has to make a determination whether our case is correct, whether our case is in line, whether our right has been infringed by the IEC. That's the reason we are taking them. They are supposed to determine.
Yeah. Just talk to me about some of the parties that are supporting the case, right? I mean, I believe that Operation Tudula is there as well. Would you name a few of them for us?
Yes, it's AMCU and the UDCP, United Democratic Christians. We've got plenty of them. There are so many. Of those parties, just to mention the few. But yes, Tudula is part of it, and UCDP is part of it. And also, according to our information, the Arise South Africa is part of it. They were supporting us. We spoke to Comrade Mpo. Is very much supportive. So there are many parties that agree. 37 parties that their right has been infringed. So hence, the Constitutional Court must make a determination on this matter.
Okay. Some of those parties, the Daga Party, Izweletu Party, the African Covenant, African Economic Freedom, South African First, Operation Tudula, I mentioned, the Land Party of South Africa. It's quite a few of these parties that are coming in support of the Labour Party. Can we talk a little bit about what the key objectives of the Labour Party are? So we can, if we see the exclusion standing and the Labour Party is not able to compete in the upcoming elections, what it is that you would have been offering the electorate and what we'd be missing out on?
This party is not just formed for election, for 2024 election. This party is here to stay. And furthermore, you yourself, you can experience how the jobs, in South Africa, the scarcity of jobs in South Africa, how the jobs are shared by multi-international company, your Anglo-American, your Sibanye Stillwater, your Siriti in coal. Thousands and thousands of jobs are shared. There is no jobs, 32% of unemployment. In the very same parliament, there is no political party that is defending the cause of the working class in South Africa.
Okay.
So therefore, we will build our structures, and it is not just for members of AMCU. This is the Labour Party of South Africa.
All right.
For unemployed and those who are employed, and even yourself, you'll have a chance to associate yourself with a party that will protect your rights at the workplace.
Right. Mr. Mathunjwa, thank you so much for your time. We really do appreciate it, and we'll be watching the efforts that you take with the Constitutional Court and the supporting parties as well. Mr. Joseph Mathunjwa, of course, is the interim executive at the Labour Party, and you may know him as well as the president of AMCU.